And now you're heading over to part 2 of that episode right over there. Hey everyone, we're back with Lou. Dude, I'm excited to hear what you have to say now because, you know, our conversation during the show, before the show, and between the two shows, I'm just so jazzed up. I wish I could be hanging out with you in person. So what's on the mind now? What's on your mind? What do you have to share?
Well, this one's deeply in my heart, my friend. And that is just because it's current time right now. Just yesterday, I got a call that went really beautiful friend who we grew up with. I grew up with since elementary school, playing ball. Like I was the captain of the team defense, and he was the offensive captain. You know, we wrestled together, all this stuff, right? And we got into trouble together. And he just made his transition. He's 57 years young.
Wow.
And like out of nowhere, right? Like, I mean, he was working and went to bed, and his wife ended up trying to do CPR. And by the time they got him to crisis care stuff, he was already gone, right? So kudos to you for checking out smoothly. And so what's in my heart right now is, it's always for me when someone makes a transition, is I get to ask myself, am I living full out? Right? So, because none of us know when the promise of tomorrow, right? When the ticket's pulled, nobody, like, will I make it through the night tonight? And not from a fear place, from an authentic, like, hey, am I holding back? And the answer is always yes. Somewhere. Am I holding back love, right? Am I holding back showing up fully in everything that I do? The answer is always going to be yes for me, meaning how can I show up even more real and authentic and not hold back for whatever reason? Oh, I'm tired, or I don't like those people, whatever it is. Like, that's just all nonsense, right? It's because I put myself in a position like, hey, brother, you know, if you had another 24 hours, what would you be doing, right? So I get to ask myself those questions. And so I share that with, you know, your listening audience, which is, hey, you know, it's great to plan for the future, but you might not get there. So what are you doing today to show up fully for yourself and everybody that you're engaged in, that's connected to you in your life, right? There's a woman who wrote a beautiful book. Her name was Bonnie Ware, and it's called The 5 Regrets of the Dying. And I share this in a lot of my events and whatnot. And she was working with people that were in hospice. I mean, that's what she did. She was in Australia. And she started to watch these themes over and over and over again. And hence the book, because there were 5 top regrets that people that were dying would constantly voice to her. And they're in order. And number 1 is, I wished I would have lived a life true to myself. And I find that when I traveled the world working with people, colleagues, friends, and the life before I woke up consciously, I wasn't living my life. I was living the version of someone else's life through me, right? Could be parents, could be society. Are you really living your life? And most people, the answer is no. They just don't even know it, right? So I ask you to take inventory, right? Who you be, what you got, and what you're gonna do with it. Because it is a precious life. Are you extracting the juice and nectar out of it for your own experiences, and then to bring that to the world that you walk in, right? Because we're either infecting or affecting people by our presence. And I would support you to affect. And that means we got to show up full out, right? Heart open, being willing to get, you know, jacked and deal with it, right?
Yeah.
And so that's what's in my heart for me personally, to engage in, as I said, and then to share that, which is, there's more for us to live, love, grow, learn, evolve. And at what capacity are you doing that, listening audience? Right?
Yeah. That's so powerful. And I just want to share just a short story. I was at a transformational seminar. It had to be like 3, 4, 5 years ago. It was a men's seminar, men's weekend, if you will. And we were walking, like one of these evolutions, we were walking through a cemetery. Literally by ourselves, like everybody was set off. Are you just going to walk and be with your own thoughts for a little bit? And then the part of the evolution was you're going to write your own eulogy, right? Yeah, exactly. And it's holy cow. I mean, the stuff that comes up, I mean, you just sit. I mean, I didn't look at really names and stuff on the headstones, but it's when you sit down and realize you eventually may be one of those, or you will be one of those.
Yeah, it's not eventually, it's a done deal,
right? You're going to be there.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Like it's I mean, I wrote pages and pages and pages, and
Yeah.
it's probably one of the more powerful things I think, just between my own ears that I've done, where I had to just sit down and think about this in the middle of a cemetery. Holy cow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure. Being somebody so I've had a couple, what they call near-death experiences, right? Like,
NDEs, yeah,
game's up and I'm out of the body, right?
yeah.
But it wasn't time, so back in body to continue. And I can tell you this, listening audience, which is the worst feeling that I've ever felt in my life, and I felt a lot of feelings, is regret. It's horrible at the time of death when you start feeling like, oh shit, what I did not do. You don't reflect on what you did do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's heavy, right? So the gift that I can, and it's what I do in my life and also with the people that I serve, which is how can you live your life to make sure when time is pulled, right? And game's on, game's up, there is no regret because you are living full out. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
so it's intense. And I would say everybody, sit down and maybe think about that. Take the time today, whenever you're watching this, to take 5 minutes. Those 5 minutes may end up being a half hour because you're writing so much.
Yeah, 100%, right? Think about it and then feel about it. Like who am I not going to see again? Because, oh, yeah, I'll talk to them later, right? Well, you might not, right? So, which helps you clean up your connections and your relationships and all kinds of stuff. Like the trips that you've been wanting to take them, right? Quit putting them off, man. There is no someday on the calendar. None. There's a Monday and a Tuesday, but there's no someday, right? So quit lying to yourself and get busy living the life that is in your heart, right? Like show up for that. Quit the freaking job that's sucking the life out of you and find the one that you get to express yourself in. Right?
I love it, man. I appreciate you, Lou. This is a very powerful day. This past hour or so we've been hanging out, right? Like I'm like thinking now about all this stuff as I listen to you. I feel like I'm at one of your workshops. So thank you. And everybody, loucorleto.com. Show the links below. So please make sure connect with him. If you're ready for a transformation, if you're ready to be the driver, not the vehicle, connect with Lou. And
come play. Yeah, come play.
Go play. I think he may be in my maybe my cards here soon to hang out with this young gentleman here who's transforming lives. So I appreciate you, Lou. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the honor and privilege to be of service. And thank you for what you're doing and what you're bringing to the world, my friend. I appreciate you.
So you're still here. Awesome. I want to thank you so much for watching part 2 of this episode. Make sure you scroll down on the page you're on right now and join our tribe of human-powered life heroes. You definitely want to be the first to get information on new episodes, new videos, product launches, live events, affiliate discounts, and so much more. So have a great day, evening, or night, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.